All right, we're back. Just a few technical difficulties. No big deal. Let's start this new game here. We're going to do the Valley. Just a single player game. Let's get it going, baby. See what it's all about.
I used to have a simple life.
Really?
Whatever needed doing round the farm, I'd do it.
Really?
Being the eldest son, it's tough. But at least we had a living, and our plates were never empty. Then, the war came. I lost everything overnight. The last thing I remember is Father pushing me away, yelling for me to run, to live. At first, I didn't know what to do. Then, I remembered. A story my mother once told me.
It's a very simple story.
A story about my uncle, Jordan.
It's very simple.
He made a modest fortune up north, in a peaceful valley far away from the war. For weeks, I held on to that thought, until the valley from my mother's stories. I could see it. This is where I can start a new life.
Let's do it, baby. That's a medieval dynasty we're starting. Not a good dynasty, medieval. Say goodbye to the 50 logs in my pocket. Yeah, right. All right, here we go. Starting a new quest. Talk to Celestial. I'm gonna go punch this pigeon. Yeah. Yes, pigeon. Whoa, what happened here? Couple cherries. We take cherries around here. Temperature potion. What the hell happened here? Potion of instant cure? That's the spot. Oh, shit. Well, Gordon's nephew. What? Do you know my mother? Not really. And you love her? We didn't ever actually meet. We wanted to keep his family separate. I don't think I understand. You will wait. What do you mean by did? I know her. Is she well? I hope she is not old. That might be. Lost both my parents in this war. Damn it. This world side. Ah. Guess it can be as cruel as it is beautiful. I'm sorry, my boy. Nobody should lose their loved ones such as young age. Okay. It's okay. They died so I can live. They plan to make the best of my life. I can't. But honor their sacrifice. He's goofy now. That was mature of you. I'm sure that would be proud. They would be proud of hearing that. I mentioned my uncle Lorden. I actually came here looking for him. Oh, Resamir, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Your uncle Lorden is no longer with us. Jesus, he passed away 3 years ago. And how you feel? He was a dear friend of mine. Don't worry, he died peacefully in his sleep. He didn't suffer, I can promise you that. So what should I do now? You're free to go wherever you like and start a new life. Everything with permission of your farm on any unnestled land. House and see what comes next for you. Hey, chill out! Don't eat that. Just like that, I can take land free of charge. Well, you have to pay taxes to the king annually, but apart from that, you are free to do as you please as long as you don't break the law, of course, or at least if you don't get caught doing so. That sounds amazing. The valley looks beautiful as well. I think I can stay here and see what fate has in store for me. I'm glad to hear that. You can find resources all over land, grab a few rocks and sticks from the ground, and craft yourself a simple axe. With it, you can cut down trees and chop them into logs. You can create a wooden hammer and we preserve it. When you build yourself a home, come back to it and talk to my wife. Ooh. She manages the tavern. Ask her to feed you. You must be famished. And grab some beers. Both of us come back. I'll tell you some stories about them. That sounds like a plan. All things considered, that guy's actually pretty chill. Like, real chill. Now, where am I gonna build my farm? Got myself a little stone axe. see what that looks like out there. It's pretty far away. Maybe I'll just look right here. Alright, let's see what we can do. Gotta get what I'm doing. Build. What? Maybe I need some. Oh. Not that old, but strong. Get some straw. Build my first house. I think I wanted to do that up here. the dopest home anyone's ever seen. Great word. Give me that window, baby. Came prepared. What you mean? Came prepared. It takes energy out of you. second coach. Get some to eat. Get some more drink. No. I've arrived at the valley looking for my Uncle Lordy, and I expected to be done searching so quickly, to be honest. Oh yes, he was a Unigoth's friend. One of Unigoth's friends, I remember how. Now hearing that he had eyes just like yours, I'm sorry for your loss. That's okay, I don't even remember him really. Most of that I know about him is from my mother's story. She always looked up to her big brother, loved him, and fiercely a lot of people did. From what I've heard, there's something special about him. Yeah, tough shoes to fill, huh? The only shoes that you need to worry about filling are your own. Every man is an architect of their own fortune. Thanks for saying that. It's what I needed to hear, but let's talk about what's your story. I was part of a traveling band of troubadours. Never managed to learn how to play any instruments. But I was pretty decent on my singing in our travels. Next to Valley, not long after death, my uncle remember singing my Minigos for the first time. Lord and Okay, let's get. Okay. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have skipped through this. We're in a dynasty here. This is someone in our community reaching out. There's a farmer in the village. She's called Yarganiwa. Come on. She's usually supposed to have him to drive, but I haven't got any from her. And wow, my saxophone is gone, and you don't even want to imagine what would happen if it did. Beer, consider it done. While we're speaking of beer, news, guys, you've got what's up for us. Of course, here you go. Great, thank you. Lord, and yes, thank you. Hey, you gonna guess? Hey, looking for the crowd. 22 years before he died. He was my best and Drew's father brother, actually. You met? It was yesterday. I was 25 at the time, living in the big city of Yellenberg, where I was born. You could say I hated that place, but still, it was the only home I ever knew. Maybe someday I'll tell you more about that. Anyway, I was forced to take care of my own, so I did, doing the only thing I could do. Stealing? You're a thief. Yes, and a bloody good one, if I might say. Picking packets was my bread and butter. I could steal a piece of steak right from your fork and you wouldn't even notice. It wasn't greed that motivated me, just survival, but I'd be lying if I didn't enjoy the process. Stealing is still a crime no matter the motivation.
There was this guy in the tavern who called himself Sparrow. Sorry, Captain Sparrow. I'm pretty sure he stole my money.
I'm sorry, go on. We had an animal festival in Nuremberg. They always brought the whole bunch of outsiders to town. You can imagine that this meant for many of my freshmen. It was a day worth of work mattered in minutes. The day's worth of work in a matter of minutes. I grabbed a few coins here and there, but some jewelry and a pair of boots. Then I saw a nobleman with a money bag strapped to his belt. It was basically begging to be set free. I sneaked behind him in the crowd like I did 1,000 times before a child's play. I gently grabbed the pouch, did a little shimmy magic. There it was, sitting neatly in my palm. Just needed to turn around and disappear like always. And then, wham, what happened? I was punched in the face, but what felt like a bull. I was so shocked I didn't even realize what happened until I hit the ground. My head was pounding. I could barely see straight. And do you know what? It was the first thing I saw next. Another blow coming. No, a big, radiant smile on the face of the man with two different eyes. It was your Uncle Lorden. And one took for a noble.
Once I met a guy who kept saying, "Where's howling?" Even when there was just a light breeze.
Wait, he did realize you were just trying to rob him, right? Of course he did. I don't get it. That's just how Lorden was. You see, your uncle was deadly clever, smartest man I've ever known, hands down. He could see the world like nobody else, predict things. He was always the least dozen steps ahead of everyone else. So on a rare occasion that somebody surprised him, he was intrigued. And he wasn't expecting you. Indeed, apparently, even despite my failure, I was still the one that came the closest to robbing him, and he liked that. So I'm guessing you accepted the invitation to fight. I didn't really have a choice, and I was terrified of the guy at that moment. So we went. He took me to the most expensive and most crowded tavern in the whole town. Remember that it was the day of the festival. Even entering that place was next to impossible. He didn't seem to care, though. In a matter of seconds, we were sitting at the table being serviced by two barmaids. At the same time, it was surreal. In my mind, there was only one explanation. He owned the place, did he? No, not at all. It was his first time in Jarlenberg. It had felt like a dream, to be honest, especially with me still being dazed after the punch. I was sure he was a nobleman. His manners, his clothes, the way he talked and moved, and then he chugged a beer like it was a race, wiped the face with his sleeve and burped like a drum. He went from the Lord of the Savage like that. Snaps fingers, listen, jeez. I didn't realize I'm reading a book here. I relived the moment a dozen times and I realized why he did it. That wasn't just like, oh no, no laziness, no weakness. He wanted me to see it, to understand. Understand what? That he was full of crap. You see, Resimir, your uncle, was one of a kind. He was a true master of arms, and a weapon of choice was his confidence. What does that even mean? Imagine a closed door with two armed guards at the sides, and you want inside. What are your options? You can force yourself in, bribe the guards, take a picklock. But Lord, he just holds his heads up high, walks right in, and demands the door to open. Yeah, that sounds right. It surely does. And the pack were the only one who had seen behind the scenes of Gordon's show, and even on the oh dear, Resimir, there's so much you still don't know. Our story has even really begun, but it's getting late. You just can't. Actually, yeah, you can. All right, I'm gonna tell you a bit more. After that beer we had a couple more, and some meat at, and if I remember correctly, we were talking about our past, our dreams, convictions, started making some drunk plans. I thought it was joking, to be honest. Next thing I remember waking up in silk sheets. Huh? cats thought these weren't yours. Are you kidding? It was the first time I ever touched fabric like that. The ceiling in the chambers were so high you could fit a giant. I thought I was dreaming. Then the servants walked in. I was ready to flee, but instead of fighting me, they presented me with a breakfast. Really, how come? It was all Lorgan's doing. I've never found out how you managed to pull it off. Whenever I asked, you just burst out laughing into laughter, even years after. Needless to say, I left Yarlberg with him on that day. The first time I went outside of the town walls, I never came back. That was the day the pack was born. And 3 years later, there was 5 of us, a real team, a family. We call ourselves the Reminders. Oh, how I wish I could be there. It all sounds incredible. I've never had adventures like that, and probably never will. Easy, my boy. It was really... wasn't always fun and loving, but it's a tale for another time. It really does get late, I'm sure. Still lots of work to do. Come find me tomorrow, we'll talk some more. I'll do that. Thank you. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. What?
Oh, yeah.
New level. Crab Summit. What's up, buddy? Where'd you get this one?
Found it.
Where? In your binder? When did you get them? What?
What?
Really?
Yeah.
Like for Christmas? is just pouring out. Whatever.
How are you? See you around.
Another day, another adventure.
Unigast. Murder. Off on an adventure I go. Arnie Parmies. Skills, yeah. Alright, I think that's where I gotta end it here. I'm gonna be playing this some more. I gotta go drop my son off at a friend's house. I'll be back. And my Dynasty zone.